I had some fun times with this Durafly Prime Tundra. It's a great beginner RSL plane, maybe not the best, and certainly not as featured, in my opinion, as the Durafly Tundra Sport version 2, which I think is a much better value because you get flows. But nevertheless, it's a really lightweight RSL plane. I've, as you saw previously, I've swapped the wheels. So these are E-flite Tundra wheels, which does make it a little bit softer, but still, I mean, if you bosh the landings, it will certainly bounce. So I took this one to a cancelled horse race track just to get some more airtime and do just shoot a lot of landings and just explore this one. So let's just watch the flight then. Just get off easy. Today I have the sun in a little bit difficult position right now. So it's in the morning and there is a bit of wind also. And in my experience, this Prime Tundra does struggle a little bit when you have stronger gusts. And by design, it's not a really agile RSL plane. So I mean, when the wind fights it, I also have to really fight the wind. And you know, if sometimes, like here, I just can't push through the move. And also, this version of mine started to develop some sort of a little bit of an odd noise from the engine. And I only have like 20 flights on this one, so it's a little bit worrying that I have this kind of an odd noise. If I would compare to my FMS Kingfisher, I've done more than 120 flights with no odd noise, and I've flown it on 3S and 4S, and I've really pushed it. So I'm not sure why it has this noise. With landing flaps, it does slow down. I have to keep speed up a bit, especially when there's wind.
Landing flaps.
The wind is coming from my right side. And it did kick in right now, so I'm trying to get this one down. Really easy when you have a headwind also. I really need to push 100% throttle in able to do aerobatics with this RSL plane when there's wind. If there is no wind, I don't have to do it. So let's get it down once more then. It does bounce. This ground is of course really rough.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Let's get it down once more. Touch and go. It is pretty easy to get this one down if you just can look past the bouncing, which you certainly will have. It is really easy and robust, and if you hit it quite hard, the aluminum landing gears will just bend, so I wouldn't worry about anything breaking.
Landing flat. Time remaining 2 minutes.
But when the wind kicks in, it's almost just pointless to try to fight it too much and push through things, because this plane won't do it really.
Flat up.
So when you're pushing it and gaining speed, it is quite speedy.
Landing flat.
Let's do another landing then. That's what's happened when you flare too much at the end. So I did this location just to try it out. I had hoped for it to be a good location, but I'm not really sure. The ground is pretty rough.
Landing flat.
So maybe this is a one time flying at this location. Whoops. Oh, when you lose lift, you lose lift.
30 seconds.
And you can really drive this one as like a car. Just push it.
Landing flat. Landing flat. Flat up.
There are lots of pots and tracks. Not really very easy to taxi on this ground. As you can see on the flags, there's quite a strong wind as well. So I don't think it is a plane which handles wind too good, actually. It is really fun to fly this Prime Tundra. And of course I have to compare this one to the closest competition, and it does come from Durafly itself, because you have this Prime Tundra and then you also have this Tundra Sport version 2. So I mean, they are really similar. This one is a little bit more bigger and wider wingspan, a little bit heavier. But in my honest opinion, I think that the Sport Tundra version 2 is a better value, and it's because you do get floats, and this one does also have a much better set of landing gears. I mean, this one will absorb almost anything, because the landing gears just flex and articulate so well. And I also think that this Tundra 2 is more agile, a little bit more fun to fly. I mean, they both are great, but if I could just pick one, I would certainly pick the Tundra Sport version 2 instead of the Prime Tundra. There's nothing wrong with this one, but this one is more featured and it's a better value in my opinion. So there's only one thing about all these Durafly RC airplanes that I dislike, and I wish they could have changed, and it's the way you put them together, because they used so many different kind of screws, and just in my opinion really poor execution of which screw to go where. And even another thing that I really dislike is that they use these ball links and these plastic parts, and it's really easy to break these things, because you have to use a lot of force to put the plastic piece around the ball, and then chances are that you will break something. But I mean, other than that, the build, and if I compare with other RC airplanes, I think that this Prime Tundra is a fun one. Maybe not the best value, but really, truly great and easy flying RC airplane.